The truth about weed is it's the most expensive form of entertainment that the average Joe undertakes on a regular basis. So, I'm not really making an argument as to whether or not weed is good for you. That's up to you guys. I personally believe there's some benefits, but it doesn't matter. That's not relevant to the topic of this video. The point of this video is to get the point across that weed is the most expensive waste of time there is. Alright, it's a waste of time. Alright, don't come in with, oh, health benefits, health benefits. You're wasting time, okay? Would get more benefits from working out for 30 minutes than you get from weed. Alright? So, weed in and of itself is expensive. Good weed is expensive. So most dudes out here that are working McDonald's take out half their paycheck to get some weed. Now, as someone who has a lot of experience with it, I can tell you that it gets more expensive over time because you gain tolerance towards it. So, for example, someone I knew used to take 2 tablespoons orally of infused weed oils, like we did in those magic butter machines with a magic butter machine with coconut oil. So he would take 2 tablespoons and feel nothing. 2 tablespoons. Now, for reference, for me when I first started, it took that much to get me high until the next morning. That much. And the tolerance goes up, and eventually you can take up to 2 tablespoons and not feel a single thing. A $100 jar of weed is going to be gone like that for taking 2 tablespoons, or even 1 tablespoon. Alright? This stuff's expensive. So, that's the first thing. It's expensive in terms of money. But more importantly and underrated is the time. It's a waste of time. You are satisfied with doing anything when you're high. You could be, as long as it's not a stressful or difficult situation, you're going to feel good. Alright? You could be sitting on a couch doing absolutely nothing. Literally nothing, just sitting there, looking at a wall. You'll feel fine. You could be, what else? You could be, the best night when you're high is like chips, pizza, video games, watching a movie, watching YouTube videos, TV shows, etc. That's a good night when you're high. Not being productive and all this stuff, because you don't have the faculties to do that type of stuff when you're high. Trust me, I've been high many, many, many times. You do absolutely nothing productive when you're high. That's cope. Alright, I tried pulling off that cope when I was doing it. It doesn't work. Alright? So, if you see some dude who just takes weed all day, like just weed, and he's like, oh, I live a great life. That's not if he hasn't made it in life, you know why he's not successful. He doesn't value his time at all. He's fine with wasting it all with weed. He's fine with closing in the blinds on reality. The light's getting a little bit bright. Oh, my life's not the greatest because, I don't have that much money, so I can't get, a nice house. I can't attract a nice woman because I won't take care of myself. I'm scrawny because I won't go to the gym or work out at home, etc. You know what? I'm going to take some weed. And now everything's great. Everything's better. It's closing the blinds in on reality. Instead of opening them up and facing reality and dealing with it. Just closing them in. It's lazy. It's an excuse. It's an excuse to be a loser. And I'm saying this as someone who used to do it. Alright? When I was younger, I had an extended period of time where I did it every single Friday night and some Saturday nights. And I'll tell you, like I said, I did absolutely nothing productive when I was high. And on the morning afterwards, I always felt terrible. It never felt good. This whole it helps with your sleep, and you'll feel great the next morning. That is not true 99% of the time. Not true 99% of the time. You wake up the next morning, you don't feel like doing anything. So, again, it's not like a one-time thing where I did it once. I was like, oh, well, that's my story. No, multiple times. Not in multiple. Probably at least 100 times. Something like that. 50 to 100. So, if you achieve your dream life, sure, go take some weed every once in a while. But if you're like 99% of the other losers out here who hate their existence, they don't have what they want, stop pulling the blinds in on your mediocre reality. Face it and change it. Make it an exceptional reality. It's up to you, alright? This is holding you back.